We know you.
And now live from beautiful downtown Sandy Springs, it's Chef Megan McCarthy.
Big audience. Big audience. Thank you for coming. All of you. Really. Well, that was so sweet. You have a new job now. You can be the announcer guy. Kind of like Harry Carey of sorts. So, how's everybody doing tonight? Hope everybody's enjoying their spring weather. It was about 75 today here in Atlanta, in beautiful downtown Sandy Springs. And today we're going to make something super simple. And I'm going to give you a couple different ways we can all make it. I'm going to make hummus. We love hummus. All right, so a lot of different ways to make hummus. You can use different beans. You can do different things to add in there to kind of change your hummus flavors. Now, I've been making hummus for a very long time. My favorite one, probably black bean hummus. Love it. I think I invented it. I've been doing it for so long. But anyway, I love black bean hummus. Traditionally, hummus is made with garbanzo beans or chickpeas. And today I decided to change it up and we're going to use Great Northern beans. So Great Northern beans are white beans. They're a little flatter and a little softer. And you know, you think, oh my, those are not cooked. Well, boy, that's going to be a problem. So a couple different ways you can do this. You can use cans of beans from the grocery store. I usually go for low sodium because if we're going to add any sodium, we can put the sodium in ourselves, and that would be in the form of salt. So, with the white beans, now these are probably one of the most economical things to do, to use. So first of all, they're vegetarian, they're vegan, they're high in fiber. Way good for you, and that dietary fiber actually helps you with aiding in digestion, so something great to fill you up, especially if you're kind of that snacky person. So you're getting protein, fiber, and natural fats in this, so it's kind of a complete dish in itself. So yeah, so we're gonna get started with the white bean. So this is if you're going from actual uncooked beans. So very economical, like I said, great to stock in your pantry, great for times like global timeouts. Yeah, so great for lockdowns or whatever you want to call it. Actually, sheltering in place is a much softer term than a lockdown. So we're not really locked down yet. So take in your beans. So I'm going to just do about a cup of beans here. And what you'd want to do, if you're going to cook these stovetop, you want these to soak. And this is with your garbanzo beans. And depending on what beans you're using, there's different times of letting it soak before you cook them. Then you cook them stovetop, they're going to be somewhere around an hour and a half. Sometimes we don't like to take so long to do things. But if you do soak them ahead of time, that will help a lot. And then I have the opportunity to use a pressure cooker. This is awesome. This is the Zavor pressure cooker, multi-cooker, and the best part about it is if you're gonna do beans in there, you don't even have to soak them ahead of time. How awesome is that? Now, through the magic of television, come over here and make sure that you've already let the pressure out of your beans. And basically, these were on here for 30 minutes. That is it. And taking those out, ooh, those are still hot. You want to just make sure they're squishable. Now, that was 1 cup of beans. And how about a bowl? Oh, yeah, we'll get a bowl here and just show you how much 1 cup of beans, about 2 cups. So that doubles in size. And you can also, you know, save half of this, put it on a salad, put it, you know, in other dishes, put it in soups, if you're doing a lot of soups these days. but we're gonna put it in the food processor. And what we're gonna do in the food processor is blend it and make hummus. So, all right, first I'm gonna drain the extra little liquid that's still there. And, ooh, those are nice and warm. So you can let those cool, of course. There we go. So we're gonna let those do its thing. In the meantime, we've got to prep some of our other ingredients. You could really add things like roasted beets. Then you have a nice red beet pink hummus that is pretty awesome. And I'm gonna get out my garlic here. I've got some fresh garlic, and we don't put the fresh garlic in the fridge. I leave it on the counter in the pantry somewhere that is just room temperature. And we're going to peel that garlic. And I know some people don't like to peel garlic, but you know what? Maybe now that we have a little extra time on our hands, we can make friends with garlic. So if we make friends with garlic, we need to learn to peel it. And they make an $8 apparatus called a garlic peeler that will peel that garlic really quick. Now, the wonderful thing about garlic, especially in times like these, because we're trying to keep our immunity up, it's antiviral, it's antibacterial, it's antifungal, it's only a little bit anti-friendly, but like I always say, if we're all eating it, we'll all be good. So you want to live and breathe garlic. It's a good distancing thing. It's a good social distancing. So I am just peeling the garlic right here in this little garlic peeler. Voila. And super simple. It's just basically a piece of plastic, and it's awesome. So you can find that actually on my website. So if you venture there, you can check that out. I have a page on there with a bunch of kitchen tools, and basically everything that I use in the kitchen is on there listed. So you can just click and it'll show up at your house. Isn't that fun? All right, so food processor. This is a Cuisinart. This is a 9-cup. We're just gonna be using the regular S blade in here. And when we're using garlic or something small like that, garlic or ginger, we want that to be broken up. So we're gonna put that in first in our food processor. And people usually ask if you can make this in a blender, and certainly you can. It's just a little harder to get out of a blender because the blender is taller and just getting down there, unless your blade detaches at the bottom. But the food processor is a little simpler to use. So we're going to put our beans in there. So that is 1 cup of cooked beans. Well, actually it's more, it's almost 2 cups, but 1 cup of dried cooked beans. And give that a little swirl in there. Next up, we're going to use tahini. So this is sesame tahini, and tahini is just ground sesame seeds. And my favorite ones come from Israel because they seem to be the creamiest. So if you're buying tahini and you're a little frustrated because a lot of times the oil separates from the rest of it, you might want to look for a different brand so it ends up creamy. You do keep this in the fridge. This one actually doesn't separate, so it's kind of nice. Tahini, again, is just ground sesame seeds. Sometimes it's roasted, sometimes it's raw, so you might find a preference with that. And this happens to be organic. And that was 2 very carefully measured tablespoons. I guess I did have a little measuring spoon, but don't typically use those too often. But you should if you're not confident in your measures. All right, next up. So we have the garlic, the beans, the tahini. Next up, we're gonna do a little lemon. If you were here yesterday, exploring what was for dinner, we used some lemon juice on our salad. And I'm gonna take the other half of that lemon first. Face down, right in here. And hopefully, well, if you put it in something else, then it, A, can squirt you in the eye, but it can also You can also catch the little seeds. Sometimes the little seeds fall right through, so you want to make sure none of the seeds are going in your dish here, and they did not. So, now this particular recipe, I'll put it on my website for you if it's not on there already. I think it might be, but we're gonna add a little bit more lemon juice here. And look at that, fresh lemon juice. Man, you can't beat it. So we're gonna pop that in here. And one of the ingredients that I'm gonna kind of give it a little fun flavor is some artichoke hearts. Now the artichoke hearts come in a jar or a can. I typically get the ones that are in water, and the artichoke hearts are also very good for you, very good with dietary fiber. They contain all these great things in it that you don't even realize. They're actually kind of like the love vegetable. So supposedly they help you be more loving. So just so you know. And what I'm doing is I'm squeezing out the excess water in those artichokes. And these are just, again, these are just artichoke hearts. They have vitamin C, folate, potassium, all these things we need right now, magnesium, and like I said, dietary fiber, and that helps aid in digestion. So this is just, you know, one of those things that are really, really good for you. So do it. I'm telling you, this is your lockdown lesson. All right, we all need to eat a little better, and I love having hummus around because, you know, when you come home from work and you need a little something, you can snack on that, and if you have it already made in the fridge, then it won't be such a daunting task to find a little snack when you come home from work. All right, so I'm gonna also put in a little bit of extra virgin olive oil. Yeah, this is coming out pretty slow, so it's not like I'm dousing it in there. I'm also gonna use a little bit of sea salt. Oh, I forgot to bring out the cumin. Hold on. Here, please hold. All right. I have some ground cumin. So to me, cumin is one of those spices that pretty much go around the world. This is the spice that will unite us globally, cumin, because just about every culture in all of their cooking use ground cumin. And we've got some cayenne. If you want to give it just a little wee bit of kick in there. I don't use it to make it spicy, I just use it to give it a little bit more flavor. And then some fresh cracked black pepper. Now, we're gonna mix that up and get a little bit off the edges of, or the sides of the Cuisinart or the food processor. And next we will just taste it and show you what to serve it with. Now with hummus, you can actually get it to different consistencies. Some people like it super creamy. Some people like it a little chunkier or heartier, you know, so kind of figure out what you like, you know. So if you want it less thick than that, then you can actually add either some more lemon juice, or you can even add just a little bit of water. Okay, what are we gonna put in there? A little bit of that, a little bit more cumin. Actually, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna put in some more lemon juice. I think it'll give it a nice bright flavor, especially because we have the artichokes in there. So the lemon and the artichokes, they go very nicely together. Now the white bean, or the great northern bean, whichever one you want to call it, very easy to find at the grocery store. So right next to the black beans and the garbanzo beans. I mean, garbanzo beans are a little more mealy. These actually break down and are actually a little smoother. So I really enjoy using northern beans. Not just because I'm actually a northerner by birth. So that's a shout out to all my Minnesota peeps. Yeah. Can you see my Minnesota cutting board stuff? Okay, just making sure. So, all right. Now, when you take out your dish from your food processor, there's one thing you want to do first, and that is pull out that blade. So that way you can freely use your rubber spatula to get it out of the container here. Otherwise, you might get some nicks in there and ruin your spatula because that blade is pretty sharp. Oh gosh. So if you work 5 days a week, you come home for 5 days, you have a little bit of this, you got a nice little bit of protein there, some natural complex carbs, you got some natural dietary fat. Beautiful. All right, so just kind of sprinkle that with love. We have some organic baby carrots, and warming up in the oven is the non-pita naan. It's naan bread, which to me, I like it a little better because pita tends to go a little dry. So naan is really fun to use. And then when you have naan bread on hand, you can also substitute that as a pizza crust if you so desire. But we do a lot of naan bread just because it's a little bit more moisture with it and softer and tastes delicious, of course. Now there you go. And one last little dip here. Oh, yum. And so that is the artichoke white bean hummus. Very easy to make, very easy to serve. I think it's time for a party. Oh, that reminds me. It's my birthday on Saturday.
What?
We're gonna have a birthday party. We're gonna have a virtual birthday party. Hopefully the weather will hold out, and we're gonna take it up to the rooftop deck and have a little birthday party. We're thinking maybe about 5 o'clock, so I'll send out a little e-vite or a Facebook something-vite, I don't know, and then you can come celebrate my birthday, and we'll do it virtually since we're not supposed to get together with anybody. So I think that would be really fun, and we have some fun little things in store, and you might enjoy it. And then you can do a sing-along of happy birthday, and I'll have the biggest party I've ever had, and I won't have to I won't have to buy all the beer for it. Now that's what I'm talking about now. So anyway, I hope everybody's doing great. Get out there, be careful, go outside for a walk, get some fresh air, and be kind to everybody you're quarantining with, because the next thing you know, you gotta be quarantinable, okay? You gotta be, that's the new measure. You gotta be quarantinable. I like hanging out with the quarantinis. So, hope everybody's doing great. Great to see you. Can't wait to actually see you again in person one of these days. And I'll talk to you soon. And have a great evening and enjoy your hummus. Oh, it really is good.